Winter Olympics or political firestorm? The ice controversy shaking Milan 2026. What was meant to be a celebration of global unity has instead ignited a political storm. As preparations intensify for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina, a surprising controversy has erupted between the United States and Italy, placing the spotlight not on athletes, but on ICE, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency. Protests in the streets of Milan. In recent days, thousands of protesters flooded the streets of Milan, chanting slogans and carrying banners that sharply condemned the presence of ICE agents on Italian soil. Protesters labeled the agency with inflammatory terms such as creeping fascism and a killer militia, reflecting deep anger and mistrust rooted in ICE's controversial history. The protests were not random. They were strategically centered around Piazza 25 Aprile, a square that symbolizes Italy's liberation from Nazi fascism, a powerful message linking historical memory with present-day fears. Why ICE is in Italy? According to U.S. officials, the deployment is strictly limited. The agents are assigned to assist with security coordination for the American Olympic delegation, primarily working inside control rooms and not conducting field operations or law enforcement activities on Italian streets. The deployment involves several dozen agents and was authorized by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, reflecting broader security protocols connected to U.S. overseas missions during major international events. Yet, despite these assurances, the backlash has been fierce. Italy pushes back. Milan's mayor, Giuseppe Sala, made his stance unmistakably clear. He publicly stated that ICE agents are not welcome in the city, even if their role is limited. His comments struck a chord across Italy, particularly among left-wing parties and civil rights organizations. The controversy escalated further when Italy's interior minister was summoned to parliament to explain how a foreign enforcement agency was allowed to operate, however indirectly, during an event hosted on Italian soil. For many lawmakers, the issue is not just security, but sovereignty. The shadow of ICE's past. Fueling the outrage is ICE's long history of criticism from international human rights groups. The agency has faced repeated allegations related to immigration detention practices, deportation policies, and family separations, particularly during the Trump administration. In Italy, where memories of authoritarian rule remain deeply sensitive, these associations have amplified fears that the Olympics are being politicized in ways that contradict European democratic values. Protesters argue that even a symbolic presence of ICE undermines the spirit of the Games. A diplomatic balancing act. U.S. officials maintain that the deployment is procedural, defensive, and non-invasive, emphasizing that ICE agents will operate entirely within coordination frameworks and under Italian oversight. Still, critics question why ICE, rather than traditional diplomatic security services, was chosen at all. The controversy now risks becoming a diplomatic distraction at a moment when both nations are supposed to be showcasing cooperation, culture, and international friendship. Beyond sports. This dispute reveals a deeper global tension: how far security measures can go before they collide with political values and historical sensitivities. The Milan 2026 Winter Olympics were meant to symbolize unity through sport. Instead, they've become an unexpected battleground for debates over power, memory, and human rights. As the opening ceremony approaches, the world is watching, not just the slopes and stadiums, but the streets of Milan. Because sometimes the most intense Olympic battles happen far from the ice.